amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hooverlux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso salam alaikum, welcome y'all. This is George from AEG123. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Very good. I am up here visiting these guys and I thought I wanted to do a little video because on the way up I asked you a question. And the question was, what would be your desert island vacuum?
You didn't give me a chance to bring it in, did you?
No. We'll do that in a minute anyway when we see it. So, my desert island vacuum is my TurboMaster Total System. Why? I don't know, but it is really good.
Come on, you've got to say why.
It is, well, it's heavy. It's awkward to use, but I just love the feel of it. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like, for its age, it just feels like...
well, it's a good cleaner, isn't it?
It feels like an Austin Montego Vanden Pla. But it's good, and I love the sound when it changes over from the belt to the hard floor.
Yeah. That
changeover, I love the sound of it. So anyway, so that is my desert island vacuum. Before you bring it in, what is the one?
It's Dyson, and
Yeah.
I will explain all.
When you bring it in.
I will explain all.
Okay, go on, he's going to go and bring it in. So there we go. So George's channel is AEG123. Please go and check it out. He's got some really nice videos on there. He's a really nice guy. He's got lots of different content on his channel. And this is the machine that you are bringing into us. So pop it here. Okay, so what is this?
Now, this is a Dyson DC40.
Right.
And you're probably thinking, why would you pick this over any vacuum cleaner? I'm sure most of you are thinking that. I can explain all my reasons why. Those of you that know me will know that I love this machine. It's hands down the best Dyson they ever made, in my opinion. I've gone for this over something vintage, collectible, purely because I wanted something that was going to last. I know a TurboMaster, as you say, it's lasted 30 years, but I wouldn't like to use
but it's not
one
as a daily driver.
No, but this I would be more than happy to use every single day and not have to worry about breaking parts on it.
Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you some questions about it.
Right.
So first of all, what is the wattage on it?
700 watts.
Now, I have this one, but it doesn't have... What was the one before this? Because my one doesn't have that on it. And it's the one with the flimsy handle.
Are you thinking of the 50?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the difference between that and the 50 then?
The 50 is smaller.
Right.
The 50 has the handle that collapses down.
Right, okay.
It's smaller and it has the carbon fibre brush roll as opposed to the...
Yes,
this
that's
with just
right,
the red bristles on it.
Okay. So this one does actually look far more robust than my one, which is the 50. This one, the handle area and everything on it looks so much more robust. Because my one, the 50, like I said, this part is really flimsy. Then the one after, they seem to stiffen it up a bit. But this one, I really like it. So again, it's got the maximum control. How do you find it, using it on carpets?
It's one of the few cleaners I've ever had that, don't get me wrong, it does have its faults, but
excuse me,
for day-to-day use, I really cannot fault it. It just ticks all the boxes for me, and that's why it's quite filthy, because it gets used every single day, and it's just not.
You haven't had any issues with it at all? No, nothing at all. Nothing that's kind of like worked loose on it or anything. It just all works fine.
The only thing that has is there was a little plastic cover on this part here, which fell off, and the truth is I couldn't be bothered to put it back on. So that's
again,
that.
This has got the clicky filter that comes off the filter. Have you needed to change the HEPA filter on it?
No, I've washed the filters a few times, and to be honest with you, the filters don't really get dirty on it, in all honesty, because the cyclone is very efficient
Okay, yeah.
You're supposed to wash the filters once a month, but in the month they're still pretty much spotless.
Okay. So you just keep checking it and then just clean it as and when required.
Yes. Yeah.
And how old is this machine?
It's 25 months.
Oh, so it's not that old then?
No.
And you bought it from new?
Yes, I bought it from Argos.
Oh, wow.
And I bought it, as with most of my new machines, I bought it mainly to try it out, to see what it's like, and then sell it on.
Yeah.
But because I'm happy to admit I fell in love with it,
Yeah.
it stayed.
Alright, okay.
And I actually then went and bought another one as backup.
Alright.
When they stopped making these, I bought another one as backup for when this one eventually...
So you have another one of these then, mint in box?
Yes.
Unopened. You won't want to open it.
Well, I've told myself that it is to use
Yeah.
when this one goes out of guarantee.
Yeah.
Because whilst it's still under guarantee, I might as well get
But
it
you
repaired.
you could keep getting this repaired.
Well, that's the
even
thing.
after the guarantee. You could still keep it going for donkey's years.
It would have to be
flood or fire to completely wreck it.
It would have to be worthwhile to have it repaired. Say for whatever reason the body snapped in half or whatever,
Yeah.
then this stopped working, then this handle snapped or whatever, then it probably wouldn't be worth fixing.
Yeah.
If suddenly those three things all happened at once.
Yeah.
Not that it should happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I do, yeah.
That's the reason why I would have this, and I would use this over any...
I am surprised. I am genuinely surprised. I genuinely thought you would have gone for a more antique one, but I see your absolute points on using it as a day-to-day. It doesn't have to be favourite, doesn't have to be an old one.
I mean, I love the old cleaners, but
yes,
because as plastics age, they get fragile, and a lot of old cleaners, I'm sure you'll agree, you don't like to use them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Because if something broke, say the handle snapped or whatever, you just struggle to get replacement parts. Even though they may clean better and work better than something modern, I think I'd rather... And I'm calling a Dyson reliable, but I think this is more reliable than something vintage as opposed to how long...
I mean, the thing about it is,
plastics are going to last.
You can tell that you use it, but you do take care of it, but you do use it kind of like an end user would.
To be honest with you,
know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say that because, I'm not precious with this. It does get battered around, it hits furniture and things like that, and nothing's broken on it. Nothing's ever gone wrong with it, so it doesn't look like I've particularly abused it. It's only really the dust that's in it. And if you take this off, it is dusty, but I don't see the point in cleaning this all the time because it gets used every day.
Yeah. Okay, so what I think we'll do now, would you be able to give us just a quick demo of it? Listen to the sound of it. Okay, let me just turn the camera around. Okay, so Joe just put down just a little bit of dust from it, from
what was in the bin.
Yeah, what was in the bin. Okay, let's have a quick demo. When it was on, you could actually feel, because I'm sitting on the floor, and I could feel the vibrations underneath the carpet. Now this carpet is very, very, very thick, beautiful carpet, and that just didn't seem to have any issues at all going over it.
No, it works on all floor types. I mean, on carpet it's good, on hard floors, the pickup's good. can't fault its performance really.
Now, George is really good at also restoring and repairing and taking care. I mean, you've seen, you guys watching now, you've seen the video on the DC01 distill that George basically rescued from something that was at the bottom of a pond, compared to, what it is now. When you've seen it, just check back in my playlist. So recently I gave Dr. George one of my vacuums to be repaired, which was this one here. Now, I bought this. I love this pink click. It's a DC07, and I have a thing for the DC07s because of all the colour ranges that it came on. So this was given to George, and George has kindly cleaned it up and restored it for me back to its former glory. And George, what was the issues you found with it?
Well, let's have a little look, shall we? Well,
where do we start?
It wasn't bad by all means, because it had been kind of semi-refurbished, hadn't it, by the person?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Well, the filters, first of all, they'd put a new HEPA filter in here, so I didn't need to do anything about that. This filter here, it looks like the original one, but if I hold it up to a light, if you just go behind you, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but you can still see a lot of light coming through the filter.
Okay.
So there's no need to replace it yet. Usually they say when you can't see any light coming through it, that's when you replace it. But I can still see at least half, at least 50%.
Fine. Okay.
So by all means, if you want to make it perfect and replace it,
No,
then
I'm
that's
happy
up
with
to
it.
you. But
For the use it's going to get now, it will have a full house demo when I get home, but it's not going to be in any means any kind of like daily driver.
So I will just say now, in the time that you gave me this and the time that I give you back, I had another one of these to do it myself and repair. So I took a few bits off the one I had that were in better condition than yours.
Right.
It was only, yours had a few kind of scratches on here, so I took the bin from my one and I swapped it for this one.
Oh.
And yours, if you remember, you snapped the...
Yes.
So I took that off there and put that on there for you.
Why didn't they do the pink tools with it?
Somebody has got a set of pink tools.
Oh, right.
So they do exist, but not all of them had them. And I can't explain why, because I've got no idea, in all honesty. So you bought these tools, so
yes,
I didn't have to put those on.
No.
The cord's all fine. It's a little bit dirty. I couldn't get some of the marks off, but there's no damage to it, so I didn't think you'd mind.
No. I'm not precious.
The hose, someone's obviously replaced the hose, and they have repaired the hose at some point.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes,
it's definitely been apart because they've cracked it here.
Right, okay.
And you can see where they've chewed it up with a screwdriver. So someone's repaired it at some point. And you can see there's like one or two tiny holes, but I can't really cut it back anymore.
No.
And you said you weren't too fussed about having a new one, so...
to be honest, it works fine like that in its upright position.
We agreed that it would stay as it is.
Yeah, it's not going to be a daily driver, it's fine.
Underneath, they'd replaced the brush roll, whoever had it before. It has a new brush roll in it, so I didn't have to do that.
Okay.
I'll pop this hose back on, because as I normally do, I'll leave that off.
Oh, yeah.
That washed up quite well.
Oh.
And don't get me wrong, it's in good condition, it's just...
Was there anything wrong with the electronics at all? Was there anything dodgy with them?
Well, it worked fine, and I tried it, and because I stripped it down anyway, the motor... They put a new motor in it.
Oh, right.
But what they've done, which I've never ever seen before, is they cut out the thermal cutout of the motor. So they essentially taped the wires together to cut out the thermal cutout.
Oh my
so it wouldn't shut off if it overheated. And I haven't seen that before. I've not seen anything quite as dangerous as that before.
So it would have just kept going and going and going until it went bang.
Exactly, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily the thing is with those is you can unscrew the thermal cutout and just pop another one on.
Yeah.
So you don't have to change the whole motor. So I did that, and it's fine.
Would you please give me a demonstration of it?
Not a problem.
Hey! Oops. Radiator at my bum. So you'll see this now in the back of my videos in the work in the studio with all of them there. And this is his first. Yeah, fire away. Wow.
See there, I've not changed the clutch. It's got its original clutch from 2003 in there, and as you can see, it's still
fine.
You find that the belts do often stretch over time, but as you can see, it's still doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't think there's any point in replacing it just for the sake of it.
Wow.
But yeah, it works.
Oh, amazing! Well, thank you so much for doing that for me. That is really good. The cyclones on the inside, were they okay?
Yes, yeah, they were fine. I shut this down and it was no worse than usual. We have to remember this is the bin from the one I.
Oh gosh, of course, yes.
Even that had just come from, an end user, if you like, and there was nothing untoward there. Thankfully, nothing had broken. That couldn't be replaced. Like if this had broken, and if I hadn't have had the other machine, and if some of the pink parts had broken, it would have been quite hard to find the right parts. The only chance you've really got of finding them is finding second-hand ones on eBay or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not even very faded or anything. It's still.
It's a little bit, but certainly nothing.
But no, I'm very lucky to pick it up. Very lucky. So the other thing as well that's coming back at me today is my little Henry cordless. Now he lives in my utility room. Oh, and little Henry, I have to say, right, I didn't think I would miss him. And I didn't think I was going to be bringing him home. But I have really missed him from picking up all the fluff in the tumble dryer. Because I do a lot of tumbling and stuff, so it's really handy just to switch it on. Also as well in the utility room where the cats eat and there's dry biscuits, or the cats spill dry biscuits all over the floor, this thing is robust enough and strong enough and not precious enough that it can handle pretty much anything that's on the floor. Whether it be feathers that one of the cats has brought in, or something. I don't particularly would want to use that on my DC now my V10.
Yes.
Whereas this, it doesn't matter because it can just be washed or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've had it for 4 months.
Yes, you have.
I've had it for 4 months, and well, how I found it, all the tools and everything, this is all fine. The hose could be a little bit longer, but then you think you'd lose suction the longer the hose was.
Yes.
So we will give it credit for that. So no complaints about the tools whatsoever. The small tools, I had to change the dusting brush for a Dyson one because it's like a scrubbing brush, whereas this is actually a soft dusting brush. So I stopped using that and used one of those instead.
Okay.
This, I did actually find this quite handy.
Yes, I did as well. I do as well.
It's not a fantastic upholstery tool, but
with the brush,
it does surprisingly get up the cat hair quite well.
When I did my car with it, yes.
So the tools are okay. I won't say they're brilliant, but I don't say they're terrible.
Yeah. There are worse. There are far better.
Obviously, I like the size because it's the 160 size. It's a nice, decent size to pull around the house. I like the battery life and the fact that you can easily remove that.
Yes.
So no complaints about that. I washed the filter for you before I brought it back. The charger is in here and the spare battery. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a complaint about the machine.
Yeah.
But one thing I did find that was quite annoying with it is because, as I'm sure you know, when you get a vacuum cleaner, say you buy one off eBay and it arrives, and you think, oh, I'll just give it a quick vacuum out with this because it's to hand.
Yeah.
And then you don't always realise till after that the vacuum you've bought has a bit of an odour to it.
Yes.
And then the Henry smells afterwards. So
even after you take the bag out?
No, you have to. What I mean is, you have to then take the bag out.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was often finding. I mean, it's my own fault really, but if I used it for something, I'd be going through a bag every day.
Oh.
Because the Henry really does hold a smell in it.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, I can empty the bin and the smell's gone.
Yes.
Whereas,
yes. That is, yes, I see your point.
Whereas with the Henry, I've gone through countless bags.
Yes.
But as I say, it's my own fault for using it to vacuum up other people's smelly vacuums.
Yeah, but that's what you wanted for, is to test it, to know these things.
I mean, you don't have to, obviously, but it's a bit annoying when you switch it on after you've used it and you think, oh, that smells a bit bad now.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a pong to it.
No, the only thing I found with it when I was using it, no, you didn't have this problem, but I did, was I found that the bag wasn't inflating completely, so the dirt was kind of like collecting. It wasn't going to the far corners of the bag. So when I thought the bag was full and I had a look inside, and I looked and it was only like a third full. So I took the bag out and shook the dirt down to the other end and then put the bag back on, and then it carried on filling up the bag fine. But you didn't have that issue.
No, when I did that test with it on my channel where I put all the dirt on the floor, it all filled up no problem.
Yeah.
The bag was packed full at the end. It hadn't done.
Maybe it was because I used it intermittently on stuff, and
possibly
the majority of it was tumble dryer fluff.
The best thing about it is, the noise level of it. I mean, that's on high, and I can use it when we have guests over. It's not a problem. If we have guests, we have a lot of kids in the family. So if guests come over and they bring young children, 1, 2, 3 years old, and you can use it, and it's not. It's not distressing for any of the kids. It's.
It's not super loud. It's really good.
The only thing. Well, I know I keep saying it's good, and then I keep kind of.
Well, no, I mean there are good and bad points about it.
All right, the last bad point of it, I'll say, is because it's not particularly powerful.
No.
It takes longer. Say I'm having a whip round.
Yes.
I could whip round with this twice as fast.
Yes.
Even though I have to stop and plug it in, I could whip round with that twice as fast as this, because, say there's an area like the doormat, or say the cat's been laid somewhere. It often takes 2, 3, 4 passes to actually get the dirt up.
Yeah.
So you actually end up spending longer vacuuming with this cordless than you would with your normal corded. But as you say, I mainly did use it around the kitchen.
Yeah.
Just for picking up.
Because it's like all our downstairs is laminate flooring apart from the rugs, and I don't find any issues with using it on hard floors. I think it's fantastic for hard floors. But when you start to have to vacuum in carpets with it, like when I did my car with it, I ended up with a sweat on, because it took, even though it did do it in the end, it took a lot longer to use than it would if I had used my George, for example, if I'd used a corded vacuum.
I did use it. I hadn't done a full car cleaning with it, but I did take it outside twice to clean the boot of the car.
Yeah.
When, say we'd done gardening or whatever, and we had to take the garden waste out, and there was leaves and things in the car. I used it twice for that. Yeah. Because it was only kind of light surface dirt. But I couldn't imagine doing a deep car clean, especially the car mats. I couldn't imagine this coping with that.
Yes. I've got to. If you check back in my playlist, check back under pneumatic, and I do a full car clean with this. And even though, like I said, it did do a good job, it was it was hard work. It was harder work. Excellent. So little Henry Cordless is coming back to home. He's coming back to his utility room.
I say goodbye to him now.
Oh, bye bye, Henry Cordless.
I'm sure I'll see him again one day. But
yeah, definitely when he wants to be repaid. No.
Oh, and I will just say.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be going out and buying one now that I don't have it anymore.
No,
I think I can live without it.
They have come down in price, though.
Mm.
I have noticed they have come down in price.
But
yeah, it is more.
As much as I loved having it, I think I will be able to live without it.
I'm glad that I have it, but I'm glad I didn't pay for it. But I do find it very, very useful, I have to say. Okay, guys, right, we're going to get back on the couch and we're going to finish off this little In Conversation With. Okay, so there we go. We are back on the couch of In Conversation With George of AEG123. So, what's coming up on your channel? What's going up? What's going on? What's occurring?
Well, I will be leaving here today with a new vacuum, and he knows all about that. He is responsible for a new vacuum. Don't get me wrong, I am very, very excited to have a look at it, but all of you guys will have seen one on his channel anyway. It's nothing you haven't seen before, unfortunately. And conveniently enough, I gave you your vacuum.
You did.
This vacuum.
You did.
He has given me the exact same vacuum back,
yes.
but just obviously a different machine.
But with one big difference. What did it come with?
Well, it's a bagless vacuum,
yes.
but he's also provided me a kit to convert it to be a bagged vacuum.
And what will happen if you use it as bagless?
Well,
no, I'm only joking.
To be honest with you, I'll kill myself anyway because it'll just heat up and catch fire. So.
Oh gosh, but yeah, so you got that coming up on your channel and some other stuff. You're a really messy video. Do you want to see more?
I know. I don't have a lot of time. That's the problem.
I know, because you do it as a business. But it's so nice to actually, when one of your videos comes up, it's just really nice.
Well,
enjoy it.
I thought I would have to do a few videos. You can't see this, but I'm looking at the Henry, the cordless there.
Yeah, he's our tripod stand at the moment.
I've done, I think, 2 videos of that.
Oh, excellent.
I would have liked to have done a few more, but it's just a case of I didn't have time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But not to worry.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us today in Conversation with George. So, like I said, the link to his channel will be underneath. Please go and check it out. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave comments on there. If you've got any advice, if you need any help or
you
advice,
give me advice as well.
Then you can ask George if you have machines that need repairing or you want to buy a machine, a Dyson. Contact George. He can either provide one, buy one, or whatever. If you have any questions, ask George. He is my go-to guy when it comes to all my Dysons. As you know, he's done a couple of them, and you just know what you're doing. Basically, you're a really nice guy. So to you all, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.